Baseball. What happened? Why is everything ice cream and why are kids named Mason getting bullied? It's simple. 2025 had more baseball trends than any year in baseball history. Some were good, some were bad, and some were awful. I was gonna do like 6, 7 categories. I'm just kidding.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
We're gonna do 4 categories today to break down everything you need to know about 2025 and what is not gonna make it to 2026. To truly understand baseball in 2025 though, we have to start with the products that absolutely exploded. We're gonna start off category 1 with one of the most popular items in baseball, and your coach might cry when he hears this, but sliding mitts are definitely going to be staying in 2026. Sliding mitts blew up in 2024 and 2025 was even bigger. More players are wearing them all the way from the big leagues to T-ball, which honestly, you don't really need one in T-ball. They are very, very popular, which also means that there's more companies now making them. Here is my only complaint about sliding mitts, and yes, I am looking at you.
And that's the pitch.
Rule number 1, you cannot be on first base trying to put your sliding mitt on and get picked off. Rule number 2, if you think you're the guy on the team to wear 2 sliding mitts, you better be really, really fast, and also you need to be able to put both sliding mitts on your hand by yourself within about 10 to 15 seconds. Nobody wants a human rain delay on first base. Next up, we got cleats, and cleats had one of the best products in all of 2025. This year we saw more style from individual players with limited edition cleats and also just kind of crazier designs, but I think overall cleats had a really, really good year. I think that cleat designs are only going to keep getting cooler and cooler going into 2026. For me personally, I thought the company that had the best year across the board when it came to cleats is definitely Adidas. I thought that they did a really, really cool job with their metals, their turfs, their molds. They came out with new styles every single month, it felt like. They had a lot of big leaguers wearing their cleats this year, so for me, that was the company that I feel like made the biggest jump from 2024 to 2025, and I expect big things from Adidas in 2026. Do you remember when the internet was absolutely blowing up and the only thing on your timeline was torpedo bats? They weren't actually brand new, they've kind of been around, but this was the first time that they ever went viral or became a trend. Now, I definitely expect major leaguers next year to continue using torpedo bats like this one, but I think that the hype in anything but professional baseball is kind of done, and I don't really expect high school or anybody younger to actually swing torpedo bats. I was kind of hoping that there would be a hype fire torpedo bat that some like 10 to 12-year-old would be able to swing just because it'd be kind of cool. Speaking of bats, I feel like 2025 was the year of crazy designs, bright colors, and honestly, I feel like that was definitely more important than actually how good the bats were. So luckily you have the bat bros who actually test baseball bats, but I feel like most companies focus so much on making a bat that stood out and that looked really, really cool that I don't actually know if it was necessarily that the bat was actually really good. So remember, the only point of having a baseball bat is that the bat is actually good for you as a player, not just looks really cool. Now, I'm not hating on the bat designs. I think that this year had some absolutely insane and probably the coolest colorways and designs of all time. But again, you want the bat to actually be, you know, a really good bat. We can't forget gloves when it comes to 2025, but honestly, I don't know how much better gloves got in 2025, but I do know that they got way more expensive. Overall, the biggest news in gloves in 2025 was that there's just a lot more companies who make really, really high quality gloves, and also custom gloves have become a lot more common because there's more companies who are making them at lower prices, which allows younger players, not just big leaguers, to get custom gloves. So overall, for the year of 2025, I think that the best glove brands are still the best glove brands and are gonna be the best glove brands in 2026 as well. I just picked up this catcher's mitt because I don't wanna get my thumb blown off the next time I catch somebody who throws hard. But what if I told you that products were not the biggest trend of 2025? It was baseball drip. Category 2 is baseball fashion. We're gonna take a look at on and off the field, and I'm sorry if this is you. We're gonna get started with the most popular colors of 2025, and I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to think because I feel like you're gonna be able to get it right. If you guessed baby blue and pink, you are correct. Those colors absolutely dominated baseball. Pretty much every product, every uniform, every style, every accessory, baby blue, pink, the combination, that was the color of 2025. Personally, I think it was a great color. I think it looks really, really good as uniforms. I love baby blue uniforms. I think Pottstown really kind of made that go viral. And for next year, I think that the color is gonna change a little bit. I don't think that it's just gonna be baby blue and pink again. I don't know what the color is yet, but I do think that we'll see a little bit of a change. So if you guessed pink and baby blue, you are correct. Now it's time to talk about eye black. Eye black is not a new product in baseball. Eye black has been around forever, but eye black has never really been used the same way that it was used in 2025. Here's my best advice. I think that you can definitely use too much eye black. You can't really go wrong with just the thin line. There's a few other designs I think look pretty good, but I have seen a lot of, I would describe it as using way too much eye black. Don't necessarily think that it's something that'll make it into 2026, because I think at some point players will stop wearing as much eye black, and I think it'll kind of return to what it was before with Bryce Harper and crosses and different designs like that. I don't think that we're gonna always see the eye black around the eye or the Jackson Dart, but for right now, 2025 was the year of eye black. Beaded necklaces. They took over baseball in 2024 and they stayed very, very popular in 2025. But looking forward, I don't think that beaded necklaces are gonna make it into 2026. I think that chains will always be very popular for baseball and baseball players, but I don't think that the beaded necklaces will be as big next year as they were this year. So I'm out on beaded necklaces for next year, but I do think that there will be some new style of chain that will become popular next year. I don't know what it looks like yet, but I don't think it's the same trend of the baseball beads. This one actually made me laugh because I never thought I would be talking about shiesties in the baseball world. So here is my hot take. I honestly think that shiesties are great if you are playing somewhere that is cold. The important thing here is that it is actually cold. They actually keep you warm. I think it looks pretty good, but if you are wearing a shiesty in the middle of the summer when it is warm out, you are doing it for the wrong reasons, and I don't think that it is A, helping you as a baseball player because you are sweating profusely, and also I just don't think it looks as good because everybody knows it's not cold and you don't need to be wearing it and you're just wearing it for style. But yes, shiesties are definitely going to 2026. When it comes to baseball fashion in 2025, you can describe it as the year of everything ice cream. Literally everything from baseball bats, gloves, backpacks, every single accessory, shorts, flip-flops, whatever baseball players were wearing, there was an edition that was made that was ice cream this year. Now, I actually really liked the ice cream style. I think that it was unique. I thought that it was different. It was definitely something baseball had never seen before, and it was massively popular, which is super cool. But like most trends that go really far, I think that it is going to shift next year. I do not see ice cream being as popular as it was this year, next year, because I think more players are gonna start wearing whatever the next trend is. So ice cream, you had a fantastic 2025, but I think ice cream is gonna melt in 2026. It's now time for category 3, and category 3 is baseball culture. I don't know if baseball has ever had a weirder year of culture than 2025, so let's dive into it. One thing that I never saw coming was baseball players got memed this year. The Mason 6'7" thing is something that is everywhere and gets commented pretty much anytime you have a certain type of haircut and you wear shorts with ice cream on it. Now, you might think it's funny, but honestly, my opinion is that you should wear whatever you want. And it's not actually baseball players' fault that it became a meme. It was because of basketball, and now it's double celly, and it's pretty much everywhere in baseball. But I will say, every single Mason that I've met this year is probably like my favorite person on earth. So I'm sorry that if you got memed because your name is Mason this year, but you're awesome. You know what was more popular than memes in 2025? Double cellies. Double cellies are all the way at the big league level. Every single team and player has a unique individual one, and it goes all the way down to kids playing t-ball. I personally think that double cellies are hilarious. I think they're fantastic. As a coach, I would definitely encourage my team to do them. You also have to actually hit doubles to be able to do them, so it does kind of incentivize you. And the one thing I will say is we can be more original. I think you guys can come up with better ideas. At this point, the 6'7" one has been used and now has been used too much, so there's a lot of ideas out there. I would recommend actually thinking about them, you know, before you hit it. That way you're ready to go. Double cellies are 100% going to continue into 2026, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they become even more popular. The biggest shift in baseball culture that I saw in 2025 and I've seen over the past few years is baseball players creating social media. When I was playing baseball, it was not popular to do any sort of videos anywhere online. Now you have baseball players from not only the Savannah Bananas, but actually just baseball players making TikTok dances, which just about 2 years ago probably would have gotten you made fun of. The cool thing is, I think that it's actually growing the game of baseball, and the one thing that a lot of players have realized is the power of social media. Like me, I figured that out. YouTube is absolutely my favorite job in the entire world. It is absolutely awesome. So I think that social media and players actually using it to create, whether it's training content or TikTok dances, which I personally will not be doing TikTok dances. That's not my type of content. It is something that I think will continue into 2026. And if you are a player who's ever wanted to or thought about making content, I would say do it. Now it is officially time for what you have been waiting for. These are the absolute worst trends of 2025, and I hope that none of them make it into 2026. Without a doubt, category 4 was the hardest one to come up with because I don't want to bash any companies or maybe something that people like, but somebody has to do it, and honestly, these trends were so bad that they should be called out. The first one that we're gonna call out is stealing designs or copycat, fakes, whatever you wanna call it. 2025 was the year of something going really, really viral, and then a bunch of people copying that design and putting them out at a lower quality. Before I sound too hard, there is a fine line between taking inspiration from something and just absolutely ripping something off. And to be very clear, it's not the players who are to blame for this, it is 100% the companies. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of thought process and preparation to create something that baseball players love. It takes way less work to then steal that idea or that logo or that design and just make it yourself and put it online at a cheaper price. So that is the first worst trend that we saw in 2025, and I hope 2026 will be better, but to be honest, I think that 2026 might even be worse. Next up, this one is for the players. Yes, this is for you if you are a baseball player. And this one made it onto my list because I saw it happen multiple times this year, and it's kind of funny. It's also kind of not funny. For the second worst trend of all of 2025, it is bat flipping anything that is not a home run. The amount of kids I saw this year bat flip on a single or a ball off the wall that they then got thrown out at second base, it's not a good look. I am a huge fan of bat flipping, do not get me wrong, but you have to earn the right to bat flip when you actually hit a home run. So if you hit anything that is not a home run, I think that bat flipping should be banned. So that was the worst trend that I saw from baseball players in 2025, which overall isn't the worst thing, but the one more thing that I will say is also stop talking to the umpires. It's not gonna change the call, it's not your job. If they called it a strike or they called you out, you're still gonna be out. It makes you look bad. That's the other one, so just don't talk to the umpires. Out of everything that 2025 had for us, which was a lot, this one was the biggest one that I had an issue with, and it's actually kind of difficult because it overlaps with me. So my biggest issue in 2025 for baseball and baseball players was actually social media, which as a YouTuber is hard because I create content and I also have some big problems with some of the content and some of the issues that it creates for players. So let's talk about it. First off, social media can be such a good thing for the game of baseball and especially for players. It can help you with training, it can be funny, it can be something that you can share with your teammates and make you feel a part of a community. I absolutely love it. I think that that is one of the coolest things about social media. But what I don't like is when social media takes the truth out of baseball. Baseball is not a highlight reel. Baseball is not just fun. And also all the kids that you see on social media are the 1%. They're not the 99% of baseball players. My biggest issue with social media in 2025 was I felt like it took the truth out of it, right? Which as a player, I feel like it put a lot of pressure on players that they feel like they're behind or maybe they're not good enough, when the biggest thing that social media is supposed to be able to do is hopefully encourage you, make you a better baseball player, and make you want to play even more, not do the opposite. So if you are feeling behind whatever age you are at, I just want to reassure you, you are exactly where you are, and that is okay. The only thing that matters as a player is how much you love this game, how much work you're willing to do. Those are the two biggest things. Nothing else really matters. Where you are as a player right now is way less important than the player that you can become if you're willing to work towards that. So here is my biggest goal of 2026. I want my videos to bring joy to you, the player, the family, whoever is watching my videos. I want it to make them fall more in love with the game of baseball. I want to encourage you as a baseball player, but I also want to show you the truth. I want to show you how hard it is, and I want to show you how worth it is to continue loving the game and continuing to work. So that is my biggest goal for 2026, and I'm super excited about it. You guys mean a lot to me, and I'm so excited for 2026. Now, back to Baseball Drip. This video has everything that you need for 2026.